The cornerstone of Amish home heating is, without a doubt, the wood-burning stove. This is not merely an appliance, it is the heart of the Amish home, a radiant center of warmth, a place for cooking, a source of hot water, and a gathering point for the family. The reliance on wood is not a quaint affectation, it is a practical and sustainable choice that aligns perfectly with their values. Wood is a renewable resource, and the Amish, with their deep roots in agriculture and their respect for the land, are adept at managing their woodlots to ensure a continuous supply for generations to come. The rhythmic cycle of felling trees, splitting logs, and stacking firewood is an integral part of the Amish year, a tangible expression of their foresight and their connection to the seasons. The types of wood-burning stoves found in Amish homes are as varied as the communities themselves, but they all share a common emphasis on durability, efficiency, and multifunctionality. You will not find flimsy, mass-produced models in an Amish kitchen. Instead, you are likely to encounter robust, heavy-duty stoves, often Amish-made, built to last a lifetime. Brands like Baker's Choice and Pioneer Princess, crafted in Amish-owned and operated workshops, are renowned for their quality and thoughtful design. These are not simply heaters, they are cook stoves, the primary appliance for preparing all of the family's meals. The design of these stoves is a marvel of practical engineering. They are typically constructed from heavy-gauge welded steel, which provides excellent heat retention and durability. The fireboxes are large, capable of holding enough wood to burn through the night, a crucial feature for maintaining a comfortable temperature without having to constantly tend the fire. Many models are lined with refractory bricks, which absorb and radiate heat, further enhancing their efficiency. A key feature of many Amish wood cookstoves is their airtight design. This allows for precise control over the rate of combustion. By adjusting the air intake vents, the user can regulate the intensity of the fire, from a roaring blaze for quick heating and cooking to a slow, smoldering burn for steady warmth over a long period. This level of control is essential for maximizing the energy extracted from each piece of firewood and minimizing waste. The flat top of the cookstove serves as the primary cooking surface, with different areas of the stovetop reaching different temperatures, allowing for simultaneous simmering, boiling, and frying. Below the cooktop, a spacious oven is used for baking bread, pies, and other staples of the Amish diet. The warmth from the stove not only cooks the food, but also permeates the entire kitchen and often the main living area of the house, creating a cozy and inviting atmosphere. Ash removal, a perennial chore with wood-burning stoves, is made easier in many Amish designs through the inclusion of shaker grates. A simple lever mechanism allows the user to agitate the grate, causing the ashes to fall into a collection pan below, which can then be easily removed and emptied. This practical feature streamlines the daily maintenance of the stove, a small but significant detail in a life filled with manual labor. The flue, or chimney pipe, is another critical component, and its proper design and installation are essential for both safety and efficiency. A well-designed chimney will create a strong draft, drawing smoke and combustion gases up and out of the house, while also contributing to a hotter, cleaner-burning fire. The operation of a wood cookstove is a skill passed down through generations. The Amish learned from a young age how to start a fire, how to select the right kind of wood for different purposes, hardwoods like oak and hickory for long, slow burns, softer woods like pine for quick, hot fires, and how to read the fire to maintain the desired temperature for cooking and heating. It is a hands-on, intuitive process that fosters a deep understanding of the properties of wood and the principles of combustion. This intimate knowledge is a far cry from the detached, automated heating systems of the modern world. The sustainability of the Amish reliance on wood heating is rooted in their careful stewardship of their woodlands. The Amish do not clear-cut their forests. Instead, they practice selective harvesting, a method that involves felling only mature or diseased trees, leaving younger, healthier trees to grow and regenerate the forest. This approach not only ensures a perpetual supply of firewood, but also promotes the overall health and biodiversity of the woodland ecosystem. The process of harvesting firewood is often a communal affair, with family and neighbors coming together to fell trees, limb them, and transport the logs back to the homestead. Once the logs are back at the farm, the real work of preparing the firewood begins. The logs are cut to length, typically with a gasoline-powered chainsaw, one of the few concessions to modern technology that is widely accepted in many Amish communities due to its practicality and efficiency. However, the splitting of the logs is often still done by hand with a maul and wedges, a physically demanding task that builds strength and character. The split wood is then carefully stacked in a woodshed or a designated outdoor area to season. Seasoning is the process of drying the wood, which can take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years depending on the type of wood and the climate. Properly seasoned wood has a low moisture content, which means it burns hotter, cleaner, and more efficiently than green or unseasoned wood. Burning green wood is not only inefficient, but it also produces more smoke and creosote, a flammable tar-like substance that can build up in the chimney and create a fire hazard. The neatly stacked rows of firewood that are a common sight on Amish farms are a testament to their foresight and their commitment to doing things the right way. While wood is the primary fuel source for heating in most Amish homes, it is not the only one. In some regions, particularly where coal is readily available and affordable, coal stoves are also used. Coal has a higher energy density than wood, meaning that a smaller amount of coal can produce a greater amount of heat. Coal also burns for a longer period than wood, making it an attractive option for overnight heating. Amish-made coal stoves, produced by companies like Hitzer and Legacy, are built with the same emphasis on durability and efficiency. They are designed to burn anthracite coal, a hard, clean-burning variety of coal that produces little smoke and ash. Like wood stoves, coal stoves require careful tending and regular maintenance, but for many Amish families, the benefits of a long, steady burn outweigh the extra effort. In addition to wood and coal, propane is another fuel source that is utilized in many Amish communities, though the use is often subject to the specific rules of the local church district. While the Amish reject a connection to the public electricity grid, they are not necessarily opposed to the use of all forms of modern energy. Propane, which can be stored in tanks on the property, is seen as an acceptable off-grid energy source by many. It is commonly used to power appliances that would otherwise require electricity, such as refrigerators, water heaters, and even some types of heaters. Propane heaters can provide a convenient and efficient source of supplemental heat, particularly in workshops, barns, or less frequently used areas of the house where it would not be practical to have a full-time wood or coal stove. The use of propane is a prime example of the Amish practice of selective technology adoption, where modern innovations are carefully evaluated and accepted only if they are deemed to not be a threat to their core values of community, family, and separation from the world. The Amish approach to home heating, however, extends far beyond the choice of fuel and the design of their stoves. It is deeply embedded in the very architecture of their homes and the layout of their farms. The Amish are masters of passive solar design, a set of architectural principles that use the sun's energy for heating and lighting. This is not a new or trendy concept for the Amish. It is a time-honored practice born of necessity and a deep understanding of the natural world. The orientation of an Amish home is rarely accidental. Whenever possible, the long axis of the house is oriented to face south, maximizing the exposure of the walls and windows to the winter sun. The south-facing side of the house will typically have the most windows, allowing the low-angled winter sunlight to penetrate deep into the living spaces, warming the interior of the house. In the summer, when the sun is high in the sky, a carefully calculated roof overhang will shade these same windows, preventing the house from overheating. This simple yet elegant design feature provides natural heating in the winter and natural cooling in the summer, all without the need for mechanical systems.
The windows themselves are another important element of the passive solar design. While older Amish homes may have single-pane windows, newer construction often incorporates double-pane windows, which provide better insulation and reduce heat loss. The placement of windows on the other sides of the house is also carefully considered. The north-facing side of the house, which receives little direct sunlight in the winter and is exposed to cold winter winds, will typically have the fewest windows. Windows on the east and west sides of the house are also minimized to prevent overheating from the low-angled morning and afternoon sun in the summer. Another key principle of passive solar design is the use of thermal mass. Thermal mass refers to the ability of a material to absorb and store heat. The Amish incorporate thermal mass into their homes through the use of materials like stone, brick, and concrete. A common feature in Amish homes is a thick masonry wall or a stone-faced fireplace located in the main living area where it can be directly exposed to the winter sun. During the day, the masonry absorbs the sun's heat, and at night, as the temperature drops, it slowly releases the stored heat, helping to maintain a comfortable temperature in the house. The floors of Amish homes, which are often made of thick wood planks laid over a solid foundation, also contribute to the thermal mass of the house. The layout of the interior of an Amish home is also designed to maximize the distribution of heat. The wood stove is almost always located in the central part of the house, typically in the kitchen or the main living area. This central location allows the radiant heat from the stove to spread evenly throughout the most frequently used rooms. Open floor plans are common in the main living areas, which further facilitates the circulation of warm air. Doorways and stairwells are strategically placed to encourage the natural convection of air, with warm air rising to the upper floors and cooler air settling to the lower levels. In some homes, vents are cut into the floors and ceilings to allow warm air from the wood stove to rise and heat the bedrooms on the second floor. The materials used in the construction of Amish homes also play a significant role in their thermal performance. The Amish are skilled carpenters and builders, and they take great pride in the quality of their workmanship. Their homes are built to be solid and draft-free, with tight-fitting joints and careful attention to detail. Wood is, of course, the primary building material, and it is often sourced locally, sometimes even from the family's own woodlot. The thick wooden walls of an Amish home provide a degree of natural insulation, but the Amish also employ a variety of other insulation techniques to further enhance the energy efficiency of their homes. One of the most interesting and traditional forms of insulation used by the Amish is sheep's wool. Raw, unprocessed sheep's wool is a remarkably effective insulator. Its crimped fibers create millions of tiny air pockets, which trap air and slow the transfer of heat. The wool is packed into the wall cavities, the attic, and around pipes to prevent them from freezing. Sheep's wool is a sustainable and renewable resource, and it is also breathable, meaning it can absorb and release moisture without compromising its insulating properties. This helps to prevent the buildup of condensation in the walls, which can lead to mold and rot. In addition to sheep's wool, the Amish have been known to use other natural and readily available materials for insulation, such as straw, sawdust, and even newspaper. The principle is the same, to create a thick, dense barrier that will slow the movement of heat. While these traditional insulation methods may not have the same R value, a measure of thermal resistance, as modern fiberglass or foam insulation, they are effective, affordable, and in keeping with the Amish philosophy of using what is at hand. In some more progressive Amish communities, the use of modern insulation materials like fiberglass and foam board is becoming more common, another example of their willingness to adopt new technologies when they are deemed to be practical and not in conflict with their core values.
The basement is a significant source of heat loss in a home, and the Amish take care to insulate the basement walls and rim joists. In many Amish homes, the basement serves as a large, open space that is used for a variety of purposes, including storage, laundry, and as a workshop. The wood stove is often located in the basement, and the heat from the stove rises through the floorboards, warming the living spaces above. This arrangement also helps to keep the basement dry and prevents the ground from freezing beneath the house. The Amish commitment to warmth and comfort in the winter is also reflected in their daily routines and their personal habits. They are a people who are accustomed to physical labor, and they understand that an active lifestyle is one of the best ways to stay warm. The daily chores of running a farm and maintaining a household, from milking the cows and feeding the chickens to chopping wood and kneading bread, all generate body heat and keep the blood circulating. The clothing worn by the Amish is also designed for warmth and practicality. The men wear sturdy trousers and long-sleeved shirts, often with a vest or a jacket in the colder months. The women wear long dresses with long sleeves and a cape and an apron, which provide additional layers of insulation. The iconic prayer covering worn by the women and the broad-brimmed hats worn by the men also provide protection from the elements. The emphasis is on layering, which allows them to adjust their clothing to suit the temperature and their level of activity. Inside the home, the Amish make extensive use of textiles to create a warm and inviting environment. Handmade quilts are a hallmark of Amish craftsmanship, and they are not just decorative items. They are thick, warm bed coverings that provide essential insulation on cold winter nights. Quilts are often made from scraps of fabric left over from sewing projects, a testament to the Amish value of frugality and their aversion to waste. The quilting bee, a social gathering where women come together to work on a quilt, is an important part of Amish community life, a time for fellowship and mutual support. Rugs on the floors, curtains on the windows, and heavy blankets on the beds all contribute to the feeling of warmth and coziness in an Amish home. These are not just decorative touches, they are practical measures to reduce drafts and conserve heat. The Amish are masters of making do with what they have, and they have a keen eye for finding simple, effective solutions to the challenges of daily life. In recent years, a surprising and innovative heating technology has begun to find its way into some Amish communities: geothermal heating. Geothermal systems harness the stable temperature of the earth to provide both heating and cooling. A network of underground pipes circulates a fluid that absorbs heat from the earth in the winter and transfers it to the house. In the summer, the process is reversed, and the system extracts heat from the house and dissipates it into the ground. Geothermal systems are incredibly efficient and environmentally friendly, but they have one major drawback for the Amish. They require a pump to circulate the fluid, and that pump is typically powered by electricity.